Hello, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch along between England and Albania. I hope you're all doing well this evening. It's a more mellow night. Of course, it's not Man United playing, so we can take it easy a little bit, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a fantastic day. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, of course. And we hope there's a lot of goals in this game. We hope it's an exciting, entertaining game. That is what we hope at the end of the day. It's not Man United, but you know what? It's football. You know what? It's a little bit of therapy, isn't it? At the end, this is what we want. A little bit of therapy. It's better than no football, but we got international football. And you know what? I got the England shirt on, of course, as an Englishman. So I'm going to be sporting England today, of course, guys. And let's hope that for a good game. Let's hope for a good game. Albania, of course, were in the Euros and they did very well in the Euros, in my opinion. I thought they were quite good. Very difficult to beat. Of course, did beat Italy, I remember. They did beat Italy in the first game. So England have got to be very, very wary of Albania because Albania could be coming out to this game and they might do well, guys. They might do well. But you know what? Looking forward to it. Thank you for joining me anyway. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. Big up GK. What's going on, my guy? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're good, my friend. Good to see you on this night, on this evening, of course, guys, for England against Albania. It is very late where I am. The kickoff is at midnight for me. But you know what? It is what it is. And we enjoy it. We enjoy it and we see what we can get from this game. Brilliant. Wembley Stadium is a packed Wembley Stadium. Let's get into the team, shall we? I want to go through the teams real quickly with you guys, let you know my feelings about it and stuff like that. So let's get into it real quickly, guys. Let's get into it real quickly. So this is the England team. We got Pickford, Rice, Konsa, Foden, Kane, Bellingham, Rashford, Burn, Jones, and Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly making his debut and Burn also making his debut for England. The team looks okay. It's not the best England team. I wouldn't say that. I think, you know what, England are going to be missing Palmer and Saka, which are two very, very good players. I mean, the defense looks a little bit shaky for me. I'm surprised that Tuchel is going with a 4 at the back. Usually he goes with a 3 at the back. So it's interesting to see. Rashford does play, of course. That is very interesting as well. Rashford, does he deserve to play? I mean, how many games has he had? No goals for Aston Villa, of course. Does he deserve to play? But then you look at the fact that, you know what, England are missing left-sided players, of course. On the bench, we have James Gui, Jordan Henderson, Dean Henderson, Colwell, Eze, Rogers, Gordon, Solanke, Bowen, Livramento, and Trafford. So we've got, how many goalkeepers on the bench have we got there? Bloody hell, we've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. But that is the squad for Man United. Not for Man United, for England, of course, guys. Absolutely, for England. That is the team for England, of course. And what do you make of the team? It should be good enough to defeat Albania, although we shouldn't take Albania lightly, guys. We really shouldn't, because they did beat Italy, as I said, in the Euros. Look, I'm going to give my honest opinion about this England team. I don't think Bowen is a good player. I think he's overrated. I look at Eze, hasn't had a good season this season. Solanke hasn't had a good season with Spurs, in all honesty. When you look at the other players, Jordan Henderson shouldn't be playing for England at that age. I don't care how experienced he is. Rashford shouldn't be playing for England, in my opinion, either. You know, there's quite a few players there. Walker, I don't think should be either. You know what I mean? There is quite a few players there. But you know what? It is the first game under Thomas Tuchel, and we have to see what happens, how it goes, of course. We can't jump down his throat after the first game, of course, guys, which I am right now. But you know what? It is what it is. When we look at the Albania side, I don't know if any of these names roll off the tongue, guys. Strakoska, Baleu, Ajeti, Jimshiti. Hopefully it's not a Jimshiti night tonight. And we really hope it is not a Jimshiti night tonight. Elijai, Ramadani, Asani, Lakshi, Yuzini, Aslani, and Bajrami. Guys, this is, who do you recognize in this team? Who do you recognize? No offense, guys. Who's the danger man? Danger man is Bajrami, guys. Bajrami is a very, very dangerous player, of course. So it's something that we have to be wary of, guys, of course. Absolutely, we have to be wary of that, of course. So when we look at the teams tactically, how the teams will line up, it is something like this. This is both the teams. So England are going to be playing a 4 at the back, which was the surprise. Jones, Foden, Bellingham, Rashford, Kane. So you look at that team and you think, you know what? I'm not sure about Jones either. I'm really not, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, what you think. And Albania play a 4 at the back as well, with two number sixes and a number 10. Bedrami, Uzani, and Asani up front. Asani is also a very good player. Let's not forget Asani, of course, as well. But England, there's a few weaknesses in the England squad. In particular, England squad, in my opinion, Rashford. Rashford, it's good enough to play against Albania, but the rest of the time, I don't think so at the end of the day. Let me know what you guys think, of course. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, this late night, of course, guys. We get it in. We do the football, of course. I'm going to be doing a lot more watch-alongs, of course. I do want to do more watch-alongs. I want to do more watch-alongs with other teams as well, because, you know, I'm just doing Man United at the moment. And to be honest with you, I need a haircut. But anyway, I am just doing Man United at the moment, and I will be doing more when I get more time. When my channel grows, and that I will be left with no choice, of course. Michael, good evening, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. For Manchester United, who is playing for Rashford's role? For Man United, who is playing in Rashford's role, Sal? For Man United, nobody's playing Rashford's role, mate. I don't know what you're on about, Michael. Nobody's playing Rashford's role because Rashford can't fit into Ruben Amorim's system. So he's not playing Man United role, anything. He's playing for Aston Villa, Michael Branthwaite, and basically Michael Benthwaite, shall I say? Bethwaite. Let's call you Beth. And basically, look. You know, he can't fit into the system. He's not ready for Man United anymore. I think it's over for Marcus Rashford. I do, at Man United, definitely do think it's over for him in regards to his future at the football club, of course, guys. So, yeah, but great to have a different flavour tonight. England, of course. Less pressure, of course, and take it easy. It's not going to be stressful like it is with Man United, of course, and we take it easy and we enjoy this watch along. It is a relax along, should I say, or should I say a depress along? Is it a depressing watch along because we're watching England? But you know what, it is different, isn't it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I will be keeping you up to date with some of the other scores, guys. Absolutely, will be doing that for you guys. I will be keeping you up to date, of course. He can bash his goodness, absolutely. So let me just get the other scores up real quickly. So I get the other scores up. World Cup qualifiers, Europe. Here we go. So far, there is Cyprus who are playing the mighty San Marino, and Cyprus are 2-0 up against the mighty San Marino, of course, guys. 2-0 up against them. It is England, Albania, or Andorra against Latvia, Romania against Bosnia, Poland against Lithuania, Malta against Finland. Guys, let me put the full... Yeah, so not many, I would say, classic games today. I wouldn't say they're classics. Absolutely, but you know what, we do what we have to do, of course, guys. There is absolutely no great games on today, apart from probably England, Albania is probably the best game on tonight, if you ask me. The games, the great games were on in the Europa League last night, but this is more important. The World Cup qualifying are more important, of course. Big up, Steve. What's going on? Hi, Sal. Again, no, what can I say? I can't say. Looking forward to a good game tonight. Me too, mate. Looking forward to it, mate. Really looking forward to the game. I mean, it's good to have something different in it, Steve. Just a little bit of a relax along, you know what I mean? And just watch the game, see how England do. First game for Thomas Tuchel, of course, and let's see how he does. I don't think it's England's strongest lineup, by all means. It is a weakened England's team, in my opinion. Lots of debuts, but you know what, should be good enough to beat Albania, really. I am a little bit wary about Albania. I was doing the watch-alongs during the European Championships, and Albania beat Italy, and they are a decent outfit. They're not too bad. They can create upsets and stuff, you know what I mean? So England have got to be on their game. England have got to be ready for this game. They are walking out the tunnel now. If it is a tunnel at Wembley, I don't know if it is a tunnel anymore. It is a big wide space that they're walking out of right now. There you go. And let's do this, guys. Come on. Can we have something? There's not many Man United players anymore, is there? Rashford's not a Man United player anymore. There's absolutely no Man United players in that squad anymore. I mean, I miss the days of David Beckham and Paul Scholes, you know what I mean? Absolutely. No Man United players in this squad. Not even Harry Maguire has made it this time, guys. So, you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All the good for us because we won't get any injuries anyway, will we? At the end of the day, I'm keeping a close eye on Cyprus against San Marino, which is a do or die game, of course, guys. Absolutely. So I will be keeping a close eye on that. Absolutely. Yeah, Cyprus 2, San Marino nil has just finished. It has finished. Cyprus 2. San Marino nil, guys. Goodness me. San Marino gave him a game, didn't they? Just 2 goals for Cyprus. They're getting better, San Marino. They are getting better, San Marino. Absolutely. They're just standing there for the necessities, for the national anthems now. No, I'm not going to sing that national anthem. It's not the best national anthem in the world. I still believe that England need a better national anthem than the one they have. Something a little bit more inspiring and not totally aimed at one person. I do believe that at the end of the day, but you know what? It is what it is. It's been like that for many, many a year, of course, guys. Absolutely. Steve, weakened team. Absolutely. I'll be keeping an eye on Rashford, see if he plays better in a better. Absolutely. Yeah, it is a weakened team. I think it is. I think it is not England's strongest team. Obviously, no Palmer, no Saka in there either. No Stone. Is it Stones is there? I don't know if Stones is there today. Definitely not. Definitely not the England's best team, in my opinion. Humblest of opinions, but it is a good enough team to beat Albania. Definitely, it's a strong team. I'm not saying it's not a strong team, but it's definitely not. It's definitely good enough to beat Albania. That's what I would say at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. But great to have you all on board, of course. Really, really good to see you here. You dedicated lot. Thank you so much for joining me today, of course. I've had a little bit of a rest day. No chatterbox today, of course. But because I was gearing up for this game. Of course, I was gearing up for this game, guys. Absolutely, I was. At the end of the day. Absolutely. So we are going to enjoy this game and we're going to a little bit of football. Why not? A little bit of football. That is what it's all about, guys. And keeping it entertaining, of course. That is what it's all about. Yes, guys. Absolutely. Jude Bellingham, Rashford there. We got Kyle Walker, who's doing all right for AC Milan at the moment. I believe he is doing all right for AC Milan. That's what I'm led to believe. Tuchel is not singing the national anthem. What do you make of that? Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will, of course, guys. He's not singing the national anthem. Do you feel aggrieved by that? Do you feel upset by that? How do you feel? Him not singing the national anthem. Oh, scandalous. I don't think Fabio Capello or Sven-Goran Eriksson did either. Predicting Kane to score. Yeah, Kane will score a couple today, Steve. I can really see Kane scoring today. Got a feeling Byrne will score in his debut. I just got a feeling the defender's going to score from a corner or something. It's going to be that. It will be 3-0 to England for me today. Of course, I think it'd be 3-0 to England. Absolutely. And England should win this game. If they don't win this game, it's going to be an absolute travesty for Tuchel, of course, because these are the games you've got to be winning, of course, guys. Absolutely. Wembley Stadium is jam-packed. It's absolutely buzzing, of course, guys. Looking forward to seeing Jones. I don't think Jones is the best player, to be honest, having midfield. It is. You got Jones and you got Konza and Byrne in that defence. Stones. That is a new defence. You've got Lewis Skelly, Byrne, Konza, and Walker, who's not hardly walking these days. He's on his last legs, isn't he? At the end of the day. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's right. At least there's a little bit of interest in the game. Do you know what I mean? Rather than England just playing their strongest lineup, winning at a counter, and that's it. Interesting to see if we are more attack-minded. Yeah, I agree. I was very intrigued, Steve, by Tuchel's comments in the press conference today about how England were more scared to lose than just going out there and enjoying the game and trying to win the game. They're more frightened about losing. I did agree with that. I'm happy that he hasn't picked the free at the back. I'm happy by that. I think England played better without a free. And I remember the free under Glenn Hoddle. It was all right, but I think that England definitely nullified themselves. They didn't, when they had that golden generation there and they're playing free at the back, I just didn't think that was wise, But you know what? I liked Tuchel, what he said, but we all know that talk is cheap, isn't it? At the end of the day, I'm sure all the managers of England have said the same thing. What I would say about Gareth Southgate is he's a manager who will get you so far, but he hasn't got the courage to take you to that next level. For example, I feel like if a Tuchel was managing England against Italy at Wembley, I think England would have won that game. If a Tuchel was managing England against Croatia in a World Cup semi-final, I think England would have won that game. And I think he would have set us up better against Spain in the final. Like, yeah, Spain were pretty good, but I still don't think England, I think man for man, England were better than them. And I think that we just had the wrong manager. And I think England missed out on a lot. England 6, Albania 0. Kane 1, Scully hat-trick. Bloody hell. Rashford 1 and Bellingham 1. Scully hat-trick. If Scully scores a hat-trick, I shave my hair off, Michael. Absolutely. And there is a minute silence. I don't know why there is a minute silence. I'm trying to work out why there is a minute silence. I'm not too sure about that, guys. Yeah. Well, best of luck to them, especially the defense, because that defense hasn't played together before, has it? Do you know what I mean? It hasn't played together before. So best of luck to them. Come on, England. Let's win this game. Let's get it over and done with and get off to a flying start. Of course, England have got Latvia on Monday. I will be doing a watch-along, guys, for Latvia as well. Absolutely. So the thing I like about Tuchel, though, what I like about Tuchel, he does look very, very cool. Oh, George Eastham. Absolutely. R.I.P. George Eastham. Big up George Eastham, of course. Absolutely. Those who know, know. Those who know, of course. But yeah, he does look very relaxed, Thomas Tuchel. That is a good thing. Guys, when was your first England game? So please, man, you didn't go for Southgate. Can you imagine what it would have been like? Oh, goodness me. At this season, Steve, probably relegation, mate. The way, honest to God, Southgate would destroy us. We would have gone from Alex Ferguson to Southgate, the woke Southgate, the soft Southgate, you know what I mean? And all he's just, he's talking about, I saw an interview with him today. Oh my goodness me. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'll probably get myself in trouble, but it just goes to show you why he didn't win anything as a player and as a England manager. You know what I mean? Here come Albania then. It is 0-0 and it is just kicked off, guys. England against Albania. England kick off, Albania kick off, from left to right, of course. So let's see how this goes, guys. Hopefully we keep a clean sheet. Touch wood. We keep a clean sheet today. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see. I mean, the one thing about international football, you don't get much time with a team. That's the one thing I would say. It's not like you get weeks and months. We all know with under Ruben Amorim how difficult it is to implement systems and stuff like that, isn't it? But let's see how it goes. Pickford in goal. Old dinosaur is in goal again. Tyrannosaurus Rex is in goal again, of course. So let's see, of course. Let's see how it goes. Big nose. So Albania will be very up for this game. Sometimes I feel like England shouldn't be playing at Wembley. I think Wembley just is too much of an occasion. I think England should play like at neutral stadiums in the middle sometimes. I just feel like a lot of teams raise their game when they play at Wembley. I don't know why, but they do. Like, for example, if England played Italy at Old Trafford, of course. Last time we played Albania, it finished 5-0 England in 1989, Sal. There you go. It was a long time ago. 40 years nearly. 35 years. It's when the year I started supporting Man United, there or thereabouts. Steve, I can't see the kettle next to you, Sal. I thought you have a brew with you. I've already had the one or two, mate. I would have had one. I would have had one, definitely. But I thought I better not drink coffee because after this I'm going straight to bed and my heart would be beating 10 to the dozen. So yeah, it would have been nice to have a nice, what I like? A nice Costa coffee, a nice mocha latte. That would be lovely. That would be absolutely divine if we can have that. But unfortunately, I can't have that. Yeah, that would be nice. Please don't make it a boring game, England. I beg you, don't make it a boring game. Make it an exciting game for me. Keep me awake, for goodness sake. Let's go. Steve, something sweet with it. Yeah, I would love that. I was a bit naughty today, Steve. I had a Snicker today. I haven't had a Snicker in a very long time, but I was a bit naughty. I did have a Snicker today, and I fancied something sweet. I did. You know, unfortunately, I don't eat much sweets. I love my sweets, but I don't because I jog 5K every day or 6 days a week. So I don't eat much chocolate, but I love my chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. Foden on the ball here. Rice. There's Burn there. Nice little skill from Skelly at the end of the day. That's terrible, though. You liked your fitness, shame on you. Yeah, I have to, mate. Getting on that age now. I've always liked my sport, Steve. I mean, you know, I'm getting at age where I have to keep running, keep going, keep active. Run all my life. Run 3 marathons, Steve. I've done a couple of 26 milers. Done 1 half marathon in my life. Yeah, done the Thames Meander marathon as well. I've done that for charity. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. Used to play football semi-professional with Hornchurch. Yeah. England obviously got all the possession so far. They got all the possession so far, England. And not penetrating the goal too much, just passing it around a little bit. They look quick. They absolutely look quick. Unfortunately not, Steve. Unfortunately not. No. I haven't had a chance to. I would love to, though. I would love to play some footy. Oh, that was close. That was close. That was close from England. He almost was through. If he controlled that, he was through. There we go. When do you think Aidan Heaven? He is English, isn't he? When do you think Aidan Heaven will get into the England team? I think Aidan Heaven will get into the England team next year. I think next season Aidan Heaven will get into the England team. First England game you watched, Sal, or the first World Cup you remember? 1986, Steve, vividly. 1986. Clearly, I remember the 1990 World Cup. Clearly, I'm showing my age now. Clearly, I remember the 1990 World Cup. I definitely remember that because I started watching football around that time. I remember the semi-final against Germany. I used to go to a lot of England games, Steve. I used to go to a lot. My school used to organize games to England games. I've been to a lot of England games, a lot of World Cup qualifiers and stuff like that. I've been to a lot of them. Been to the 98 World Cup, went there, saw England against Tunisia, 1998. Yeah. I stopped going to England games. I stopped going to England games because when I used to go into the stadium, there was too many fans who were too busy chanting anti-Man United songs than concentrating on the England football team. And at that time, you had Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Andy Cole in the England squad, Michael, does Tuchel win the World Cup of England? Absolutely, yes, he does, Michael. I'm not going to say no. I think he will. Absolutely. 86 was that when the games were really early in the morning. Yeah, Mexico, mate. Yep. Mexico. I think it was like 6-7 hours behind England at that time. If correct me if I'm wrong, about 6 hours behind England around that time. Yeah. I remember that vividly. 1990 is the World Cup I remember clearly. 94 I remember clearly. England weren't in it, of course. I remember the qualifier with Holland. England got robbed. I think Gary Lineker was fouled, wasn't he, in one of those games? He's clean through and he got fouled. Should have been a red card. It's a little bit scruffy from England at the moment. Not great right now. England really, I think, are lacking a little bit on the width, if I'm being honest with you. Albania holding out quite comfortably. Parma's a big miss. England have Parma. If England play Parma, Parma's a big miss for England. So Saka, to be honest with you. They had something different, you know what I mean, in that side. I haven't seen much of Rashford at the moment. Poor ball there. Poor ball. I think there was an earthquake in 85, 86 as well. I don't know, mate. I was about 85. I was 3, 4 years old. 86. I was 4, 5 years old. Raised in a 1-bedroom flat, 5 of us. Yeah. So yeah, it was a tough time during the 80s. It was a very, very tough time during the 80s. Absolutely. England have got all the possession, but as we know, possession don't win football matches. Skelly looks quite lively. They're going to play it long here. Good control from the keeper. Yeah, Skelly looks quite lively, to be fair. It's very hard to tell how England are at the moment with Tuchel just being at, you know, just his first training sessions this week, wasn't it? So it's very hard to tell, you know. Steve, did you collect the football stickers at school? Unfortunately, I spent too much money on it. Yeah. It used to be 50p back then, though, when 25p, and then it went up to 50p when I was younger. Yeah, I did. I used to do the sticker books. I used to do them all. I used to do the stickers. Need, got, need, got, need. And the shiny ones, absolutely. I filled up all the books, Premier League sticker albums and stuff. I used to love that. I still do. I'll tell you a little secret, Steve. You know what? If I could still do it, I would do it. I would, because you know what they say. There's a famous saying. What is it? They say you don't actually grow up. You just learn how to act in public. And I think I learned how to act in public, but deep down, I still want certain things, like especially sticker albums and stuff. Come on, don't lie. You know when you see the stickers in the off license or the shop, you want to get a few packets, don't you? You do, don't you? Definitely. I mean that's an addiction. Obviously, Merlin stickers, right? They're like a drug addict. You know what I mean? They're nice little bit of play there from England. England dominating possession, a lot of possession here, a lot of possession. The Man U badge looked great in gold. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The old Man United crest, the proper one, the football club one. Yeah, I mean, Steve, I collected every single Match magazine. You remember Match magazine? I collected every single Match magazine from 1992 to 2004. Every single one. Everyone. It was up to here. Like literally from the floor, it was up to here. Every single Match magazine. I didn't like Shoot magazine. Always eating the chewing gum, Sal. That came in the packet. Yeah. Speaking of chewing gum, you give me an idea. 1 second. Yeah. Some chewing gum for me. That might keep me going for now. At least it hasn't got any calories in it. So that might keep me going, to be honest with you. So no, they're not prescription drugs. It's Kelly. It's Rashford. Too much passing around the box. Steve, you must get told off for spending so much money like me. Yeah, I did when I was young. Didn't have much money though. Come on, England. Get a little bit more into the box. Too much of this pansing around. Here we go. Oh. Good play from Jones, though. Jones had a little bit there. Done a little bit too much, but good play. Got the ball into the box. That's better from England. They need to get the ball into the box. They need to get more crosses in. We do miss Beckham, though, don't we? I mean, it's blasphemy that people still doubt David Beckham. Definitely. Still 0-0, 15 minutes gone, guys. They better not bore me up, bore me to death today. I swear to you. Absolutely not. They better not. They better not. Just write this tweet out and then we go from there. Here we go. Chance. Should score that, Kane. Should score that. Definitely should score that one. Yes. Oh, nearly. There was a nearly goal there for England. I mean, it is 0-0. It's a little bit worrying. 18 minutes gone. 18 minutes gone. It is a little bit worrying at the moment. England are not really a goal for England. There you go. There you go. Absolutely brilliant. There you go, guys. Absolutely brilliant. 1-0 to England. It was coming. It was coming. It was definitely coming, guys. England won, Albania 0. The first goal in Tuchel's tenure as England manager, of course. A great ball. And there is Skelly with the goal. And Michael Banthwaite did say to us earlier today that that Skelly will score a hat trick. He said that Skelly's going to score a hat trick. Goodness me. Reminds me a bit of Ashley Cole there, an Ashley Cole run right there. It reminded me of that. Brilliant. Love it. Brilliant little run, that. Brilliant run. Liked it. Well done, England. 1-0 England. Albania 0. England 1. There we go. Bosnia scored against Romania. It is 1-0 to Bosnia, of course. Good to have an early goal, guys. Good to have an early goal. Well, relatively early. 20 minutes is relatively early, isn't it, at the end of the day? But it is a decent England performance so far. I'll be honest. They're keeping the ball pretty well. They are keeping the ball pretty well. Be nice to get a few goals, though. Let's hopefully the goal scoring doesn't end there, of course, guys. Yeah. Hopefully the goal scoring doesn't end there. Hopefully get another goal. A few goals today would be nice. Get us off to a nice start. A Latvia game should be an easier game. Definitely. But this game should be a win for England anyway. I mean, now they're 1-0 up. I can't really see anything other than an England win. But I do think they'll get a second. I do think they'll get a second. Hopefully they get a second for half time. That'll open the floodgates a little bit. Come on, England. Let's get a second, man. Let's get a second. Let's go. Here's Harry Kane. So we look at Albania's recent results. So I want to look at Albania's recent results. Albania results. So let's have a look at Albania. So they're losing today 1-0. More matches. They lost at home to Ukraine. They beat Georgia away 1-0. It's not a bad result. Lost at home to Georgia, though. Lost 2-0 to Czech Republic as well. So, yeah, fairly average team, to be fair. Fairly average team, if we're being honest and frank about it. Oh, almost an own goal there. Dan Burn and Pickford. Goodness me, that was a bit shaky, that one. That was a bit shaky. Yeah, Pickford's got to deal with that, though. Pickford definitely got to deal with that. Yeah, it looked like a foul, though, to be fair. Did look like a foul, but did hit his hand, didn't it? Well cleared away. Shaky period for England here. A shaky period. There was claims for a penalty as well. Yeah, relatively shaky period for England. Yeah, it's a quite new defense. That's the only worry we're going to have, isn't it? Guys, don't forget to smash a like on the video. And please don't forget to subscribe if you're new. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. 222 people have me on. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Let's go. Poor ball, that. Poor ball. Come on, let's get this more into half an hour. It's gone. It is 1-0 to England, guys. Yeah, Rashford has had a bit of a average first half so far. Nothing special from Rash. Throw into Albania here, just in right inside England's half. Let's do it. It's offside there. Oh. Yellow card for Albania. Jimmy Shitty is getting a yellow card. He's got a yellow card at the moment. International football sometimes can be dour, isn't it? It can be very, very dour sort of atmosphere. The atmosphere isn't great, on international football. Definitely not. On a Friday night. It is Friday night. Some people are breaking up for Easter as well, guys. So here's Rashford. Nearly second goal there. Good play from Skelly again. Steve, not a lot of running off the ball with England. One if it is an English thing. Just feel like it's an international game at Wembley, mate. That's it. Typical England game at Wembley. No urgency. Looks like it's going to be a comfortable win. England always fly through these groups, That's one thing they do. They fly through these groups. I think it was only, who was it? It was only Steve McLaren who didn't qualify, wasn't it? I think. Was that the 2008 Euros? Just a reminder of the teams. England definitely need a second goal because whilst it stays at 1-0, it's always going to be an opportunity for Albania. So England definitely does that. Big up Noah. What's going on, my bro? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're enjoying the game. England, big up Noah. Yeah, this is looking like a typical international fixture at the moment. Steve, I think the umbrella was tied to McLaren when wherever he went. Ah, mate, you know what? I mean, someone needs to whisper in his ear, isn't it? Steve, you got to get rid of that umbrella. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would, I would tell him. I say, mate, because if it goes wrong, the umbrella is going to be used against you. Wally with a brolly. Do you remember that? Wally with a brolly. That's what it was. That was coming, wasn't it? Wally with a brolly. Yeah, I would have told him. Someone whispered me about Steve, get rid of the umbrella. But you know what? England, they played. I think they were playing Croatia, weren't they? And they only needed a draw. They only needed a draw, didn't they? And then they ended up losing 3-2. I remember it. I mean, goalkeeper was awful. I forgot who was in goal. Carson? Was it Carson? Either Carson. Yeah, it was Carson, wasn't it, in goal? Bloody hell, Carson. My goodness me. Yeah, it was Carson in goal, I think. And I think England went 1-0 up and they couldn't hold on. They just capitulated. No, that was criminal not qualifying from that Euros, definitely. Tell about England, man. So who was your worst England manager? Roy Hodgson, Steve. Roy Hodgson. Definitely Roy Hodgson. I just think Roy Hodgson was so uninspiring. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It was so uninspiring. In regards to, he's not he was never an England manager. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was awful, mate. You look at the qualifications. England always done well quite a bit. If you think about England and the qualifications, Fabio Capello, didn't he win 10 out of 10? Wasn't it 10 out of 10 or something like that, Fabio Capello? He broke the record on the qualification. And then I think he done England's best qualification. Then you get to the tournament and you play like you've never played football before. I remember a 0-0 against Algeria, and things like that. And we had Matthew Upson and players like that. Do you know what I mean? And he left out the likes of Ferdinand and players like that. You know what I mean? It's a disgrace. Oh, mate. At least Keegan, what I would say is I remember Keegan in 2000, England manager. I remember him in the Euros and they got knocked out, didn't they, England? Losing to Romania. It was unfortunate. It was a penalty. But I think that loss at Wembley against Germany, the thing I commend Keegan for is that Keegan didn't stay for the sake of staying. He actually just left. He said he lost the last ever game at the old Wembley, and I think after that, I think when we got Sven-Goran Eriksson in, I think England done very well. Oh my goodness, how is that not 2-0? How is that not 2-0? Is it a foul? That should have been 2-0. That definitely should have been 2-0. Wow, what a clearance that was. Noah, I think Eddie Howe might have a chance to be England manager in the future. Maybe. It depends how Tuchel does, isn't it, Noah? It depends how he does. I don't think they're going to. I think he's going to have a couple of years. I think he's going to have one or two tournaments. See how he does, and then I don't think England should go beyond that. If they don't do well, I don't think they should go beyond that. England got some great players in there, definitely. Corner to England here. Oh, what a save that was. My goodness me. England have come close to a second. I like that header from Byrne. Really, it's refreshing to see a header like that. Proper getting on the end of it. Brilliant header from Byrne. Oh, it come off the crossbar as well. It's another corner for England. 41 minutes gone. Counter for Albania here. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 to England this first half. Yeah, England. They've got. I mean, they should have had another couple of goals. To be honest with you, they've had a couple of chances, huffed and puffed. To be honest with you, but it's not. It's not been vintage. But it's as long as England win the game, I suppose. I think getting off to a winning start in the group is important. They then play Latvia, don't they? And then after that, you know, if you win 2 games out of 2, you're sort of flying, isn't it? You know what I mean? Definitely. So they need to win 2 games out of 2, definitely. And I think they're on the way. They're on the road to that. So at the other games, it's 0-0. Andorra game. And the Latvia game is 0-0 as well. Albania are claiming everything they possibly can at the moment. They're really going for every position. Come, let's get the rhythm up, guys. A win is a win, Sal. Just wish that we played better football. Been watching England 40 years now. Are they better than back then? They're not better than definitely not better than Euro 96 and stuff like that. Definitely not. England, they get the job done, don't they? Team, they're the job get the job done team. Apart from final, they get the job done team. I think it's going to take time, isn't it? They've got a lot of players to come back. I think Cole Palmer coming back and Saka coming back would be great. And that's half time. No injury time. It's England 1, Albania 0. Thank you for that, England. That was very boring, should I say, guys? I thought watching Man United was difficult. This is difficult, guys. Absolutely. Skelly with the goal. Nelly Skelly, whatever his name is scoring goal. Absolutely brilliant for a wing back. And England are winning 1-0. And at the moment, they top the group already. This group is very easy for England. Andorra, Latvia, Serbia, and Albania, of course. Serbia, who are Serbia playing next? Oh, they drew 1-1 with Austria yesterday. Yes, that was in the Nations League. So yeah, they're not in there playing in the World Cup yet. World Cup qualifications. What's going on, Paul? How you doing, my friend? It's good to see Rashid playing. We can sell him for a bit more price. I hope so, Paul. He's having a little bit of a stinker, in my opinion, though. He hasn't been great. But then again, neither has none of the teams, to be honest with you. I don't think any of the teams really particularly played well. I think the guy Skelly's been absolutely remarkable, brilliant at the end of the day. But that half was pretty boring. But you know what? We hope that the second half is better. I did hope there would be a goal fest today. Definitely. I did say 3-0 to England, though, didn't I? I did say 3-0 to England. I don't think it's going to be 6s and 5s. I mean, it might still be, but I don't think it's going to be 6s and 5s. Absolutely not. Steve, why can't we play like Spain since we started watching Football Voice? Why can't we play like... We're just not Spain, mate. We're just not Spain, mate. Spain have the weather. They have a different environment. You know, it's just not our type of football. I would say that if England had a better manager in the final of the Euros, I saw a lot of weaknesses in Spain, but it wasn't exploited. You know, it took them a long time to win the World Cup. Let's not forget that. You know, it took them a long time to start winning with that tactics and stuff like that. You know, they're different types of players to us, but definitely, you know, England play England way, and England are improving though. Definitely, England have got some great players. Good evening, Graham. What's going on, you legend? Hope you're doing well. Sorry I haven't been around, bro. Sorry I've been around this week, been ill. I hope you're doing better, my friend. Hope you're good. This bug has gone around 205, only 31 likes. So please, everyone, smash the likes, the like button, subscribe. And thank you so much, Graham. Absolute legend. I hope you're feeling better, my guy. I hope you're feeling better, bro. Hope you're feeling better. We seem to have played the same way forever. Yeah. I think that what England's biggest issue is, and it's been like this for many, many years, is that they don't like to change, you know, and, you know, even when the squad selection, for example, Jordan Henderson in this squad, for example, things like that, when you're not changing things enough, you know, like, for example, if it was Spain would play like, you know, I mean, Gibbs and, I mean, if you're 15, if you're 16, 17, 18, you got a chance of getting in the Spain team. If you're 16, 17, 18, you got little chance of getting into the England team. And I think that, like, for example, Skelly coming in today, it looks good. It looks good. It looks very good. And England have the players. You look at Bellingham, you look at Palmer, you look at Saka, you look at Kane, you look at these players, and you think these are very good players. But every time they just seem disjointed. I don't know why that is. I don't know. But not many teams play like Spain, you know. Not many teams play like Spain. And yeah, Spain haven't been successful. England have been more successful than Spain. Apart from the Euros, if you look at the last 8 years of football, England have been more successful than Spain. But Spain won the Euros, didn't they? They got it over the line, didn't they? Because of Gareth Southgate. I think Gareth Southgate was a horrible thing to happen. I know he got England to the finals, but he bottled it big time. And I think a big problem as well, if I'm being honest, is that England always seem to play with like they got a fridge on their back or something. You know, like there's a lot of pressure on England. I think Tuchel was saying that in the press conference as well, that it's like there's big pressure on the shoulders and they just need to relax a little bit. I think with Spain, it seems like there's less pressure, you know. I think when you don't win for a long time, and it happens to Man United now, you know, when you haven't won the league for a long time and, you know, you haven't won that first trophy. I guarantee you, if England won the first trophy, look at the rugby team, right? England won the Rugby World Cup in 2003. Straight away, they went to the rugby final again. You know, when they hadn't reached the rugby final before. You know, winning is contagious. Winning is contagious, and you have to win a trophy. And once you get that over the line, it's like a habit. You start winning trophies again. It's a bit like when Alex Ferguson won the first Premier League title. You start winning again. And I think the problem is that England haven't won anything, you know, for 60 years. So it plays on their mind, I think. It's the same as Spain. Guys, if you know Spain, if you know before Spain won the World Cup, and let's face it, they fluked the World Cup in 2010, I believe it was, and the Euros in 2008. They didn't win anything. They were the serial underachievers in Europe, and they didn't win anything for the history of football until 2008. Steve, do you wish United could play like Spain in a flamboyant style, or more like United of the late 90s? Man United of the late 90s, Steve. Mate, all day long, because we were everything, Steve. We were a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse. We would run teams into submission. You know what I mean? Any team in Europe, I would put us up against. And we were a bit naive sometimes. I think against Real Madrid, against the teams like that, I think we were a little bit naive against the Barcelonas. We were naive. I think when we played Barcelona in 2008, when we won 1-0 over 2 legs, when Scholes scored that absolutely stunning goal, I think Man United should have played like that against Barcelona in both finals, and we didn't. We went toe-to-toe with them, and that's not what you do. Sometimes you can only do what you're good at. The best thing for you to do is do what you're good at. Don't copy other people. This is what's ruining football right now. There's many teams that are trying to play pet ball, and it's just ruining football. The German, I think, who was a German player who said it? Was it Carsten Janker who said that, football's getting destroyed in Germany because everyone's trying to play like that tiki-taka pet ball, you know what I mean? And you got to have your own identity. And, I think England's biggest problem, England can play all these teams, any team in Europe, Germany, Italy, even France to an extent. But when they get up against Portugal and Spain, that is where they got to learn. And that is where they have to, because England had a chance to win that Euros. But if I bring it in realistically, against Italy at Wembley at the final of the Euros in 2020, England should have won that game. It was an aging Italy side, and as it proved, Italy didn't qualify for the 2 tournaments after that. They weren't that good. England should have beat them, and we had a coward of a manager. Southgate is a coward. He didn't go for it. When it went 1-0, we should have just absolutely flattened them. That's what we should have done. But Sal says had the ego over reality and would not bow down to buying defensive and thus lost both the finals. No, Matata. Fletcher was suspended in the second one, and we didn't have a strong enough squad. Who else did we have as a CDM? We didn't have anyone else, Matata. It wasn't his ego. It's just, we had Fletcher. Fletcher got suspended against Arsenal. We couldn't play Fletcher at Wembley. So we had to change our tactics because of the Glazers. We didn't buy any CDMs. Do you know what I mean? So that is what happened. Absolutely what happened. And Giggs had to play in the middle, which is not his position. And when you're playing against the likes of Iniesta and Mata and Xavi, it's a difficult one, But Alex Ferguson's done it in the past. He went defensive against Barcelona in 2008, and we won 1-0 over 2 legs. Should have won more, and he done it. But we had players then. We had Hargreaves then. We had Fletcher then. We could do that. Nowadays, them days in the 2 finals, we didn't have that. We had Ji-sung Park. That's all we had. Steve, I do have problems with comparing modern teams to the past teams and looking at the individual skills of players back then. I think that's the sort of player we need. Football these days, Steve, and I'm going to say it very openly, that football has regressed, immensely. And it's pretty evident when you look at players. I mentioned Harry Redknapp and his Tottenham team as opposed to this Tottenham team now. And when you look at that and you look at the players he had, it's 10 times better than the team now. Football has regressed. The Gen Z football is not good. Definitely not. I think teams right now are better still. I definitely think that. Absolutely. I definitely think that. But in regards to ego, every manager has an ego. It's part of being a great manager. Have you ever heard of Brian Clough? You know what I mean? They all got egos. Absolutely. All the great managers. Jose Mourinho, one of the most egotistical guys you can ever imagine. You know what I mean? Very egotistical. Even Arsene Wenger was very egotistical back then. You know, that is management. You know, you have to have an ego in success. Paul, yeah, even ones who wanted the 4-3-3 formation, the back four, so that Amram tries to implement a 3 system, everyone starts criticizing him. You know, when you get a manager like Ruben Amram and he's proven that he's got a system that works, you know, it's just everyone. It's exactly, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't, isn't it, Paul? You know, and you know, it's a double-edged sword for Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram's got a set of tactics. I was going to say a set of skills. I mean, Liam Neeson, but he's got a set of tactics that you know, work for him, and people need to be patient. I'm so happy now, though, as we said, many of us, that it's starting to bear fruit. You can start to see that it's starting to work now. You can start to see that Ruben Amram system is starting to work. You're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. Sal, assuming we are in the Europa League final against the strongest team and the worst team and worse than them on paper, should Amram go defensive or take risk going attacking? There's no such thing as going attacking or going defensive. Just go by what you play. Go by what the game said at the end of the day. Go by what the game said. You know it depends what the game is like. I think go the Man United way. Go what Ruben Amram believes. You know, play the system you believe. Win the game as opposed. And this is the thing. Not every game is the same. You know, you don't know how it will be. It might be Tottenham. It might be Frankfurt. It might be one of those teams. Personally, Matata, we got to beat Lyon first, and then we got to probably beat Lazio or Athletic Bilbao, don't we? So it's going to have to wait and see. Sal, did you really rate down Fletcher? Yes, I did, Matata, but not initially. I felt that Fletcher was getting unfair treatment from Alex Ferguson at the time because he's Scottish. But playing in that team, he improved a lot. And in the end, Matata, he became a very good player, but he had no choice but to become a good player because he was playing every single week, you know, and under Alex Ferguson. So he ended up becoming a very important player for Man United. And Darren Fletcher was a very important player for Man United. And I think if Darren Fletcher played against Barcelona at Wembley, Man United probably would have beaten Barcelona. I really think that. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, he became a very good player. He became world class. In the end, in his position, he was world class. Definitely. Just because it's Darren Fletcher and he's Scottish, people started, you know, and the mark of a great person is admit, you know what? He's proved me wrong. He's a good player. I used to see cracking goals back then, absolutely, with wonderful skill and broadcasters getting all excited. I still see them getting excited now, but the goals are, yeah, nothing there. There's nothing there. Absolutely. I'm glad you're saying this, Steve, because I mentioned this. We used to see great goals every week. Do you remember the top 10 on Match of the Day, Steve? Remember the top 10 goals on Match of the Day every week? It was a bloody blinding goals every single week. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't see goals like that. I don't see overhead kicks. I don't see anything like that. I just see normal goals. That's what I see. It's just like this generation, they don't like getting messy. They don't like going on the mud. They don't like, you know, it's the Gen Z thing. I'm not ageist, but it just seems that way. It's the Gen Z thing that they're just not got it, you know. And I've been talking about the street footballer quite a lot on here, and I think that the street footballer is dying out, you know. And where footballers are just too overly pampered at a very young age, in my opinion. Big up, Steve. So we're ready for the second half, guys. England won, Albania 0, of course. So let's see what happens in the second half. Probably 2-0. I've been to so many England games. I used to go to England games a lot, as I said earlier. I've been to so many England games that have been 2-0, you know. So maybe the defending has improved over the years. That's why we don't see enough goals. Matata, that's a ridiculous point. Really stupid, Matata. Come on, mate. Rio Ferdinand, Sol Campbell, Tony Adams. Are you mad, mate? Defending is shit, mate, these days. Are you joking? Come on, man. You're such a new school Gen Z plonker. Honest to God. Think before you speak, Matata, mate. Do you want me to mention defenders in the Premier League at that time? Let's go through Man United. Let's go through Rio Ferdinand. Let's go to Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister. First of all, better than most defenders these days. Ronnie Johnson, Henning Berg, David May, Vidic, Ferdinand, Campbell, Adams, Keown, Davey. We can carry on going on and on and on. Even Jamie Carragher and players like that were better than what we have these days. Sami Hyypiä was probably better at Liverpool. Mate, you gotta think, man. You're dead ball knowledge, Matata. You have really dead ball knowledge, I've noticed. Improve it. Read books. Study. In fact, there's the overlap on Sky Sports, and it's got Sol Campbell in it this week. Go and watch it, and he'll tell you it's different level. Football's crap these days, just like Gen Z. They're crap. Their music's crap. Everything's crap. They're not talented because they're too much on this. Yeah, it's not their fault, but it's the truth. Absolutely, no offense. Right, England kick off this second half. Hopefully we get a couple of more goals to enjoy in this second half. Yeah, let's not forget, the French defenders, Marcel Desailly. You can go through them all. Every team. Can you imagine the United of old playing in these pitches today? They'd absolutely sweep the floor with them, Steve. I really do think that. I mean, people don't understand. They weren't alive to witness it, Steve. And I'm a fair guy. I will call it as it is. Even the likes of Bruno wouldn't get in Man United's team, and people can and this is the thing I would say. I mean, the levels have gone down. The levels, and you can go through every single team in the Premier League. Let's just go from the Premier League. You can go through the Premier League, every single player, and the pitches they played on, as you said, Steve, was completely different. It was bobbly, very, and we still managed to control the ball and stuff like that. I mean, definitely. They'll be crying these days if they had that. Oh, this Albanian play acting is getting on my nerves, to be honest. They're play acting. Guys, what do you make of that comment from the real ones would, Matata, the real ones would. They know that football's regressed. Haaland wouldn't even be in the top 5 strikers in England. He wouldn't be. Absolutely. Wouldn't say that. I don't care about Matata, if you carry on, you're getting blocked, mate. I don't care about Man City. You're just being an irritant at the moment. So if you want to get blocked, carry on. Your other account's already been blocked, mate. You're weak, Gen Z. That's it. You don't understand. You don't do your research. That's the thing with Gen Z. They don't do their research. Look at music. Look at hip hop. Look at rock. Look at pop. Everything was better. Everything. Silly man or girl or whatever you are. Or what pronouns do you like? He, her? I don't want to judge you, Matata. Are you a she? Are you him? Are you it? Are you a they? A bobbly pitch makes you bat news if the losers these days used to be part of the parcel of the game. Absolutely, man. How anyone could say that, Man United of the old would absolutely sweep the floor with this Man City team. Absolutely annihilate them. The problem is these days, Steve, is that people they these days don't do their research. They just talk like today's the only day. Today's where football started. You know what I mean? And when I started supporting Man United all those years ago, Steve, I took it upon myself to read books, to get VHS tapes, to have a look, research the history, the players of the past and stuff. I took it upon myself because I'm a Londoner. And I wanted to learn as much as I could about Man United, about the history of Man United, and that's initially what I fell in love with. Do you know what I mean? Man United done it without oil money. Man United done it without anything like that. Man United didn't do it with oil money. Man United did it with organically by building our own success and making our own money. There's the biggest difference to you. You know what I mean? There's the biggest difference. Man United done it organically with money they earned, not money they were given, money they earned. And we are still better than any Man City team. Now, nowadays, Matata, wingers are crap and cowardly. That's it, Matata. Crap and cowardly. That's it. They're crap and cowardly. Ryan Giggs could do it, Andre Kanchelskis can do it. Lee Sharp can do it. Beckham can do it. Why can't the players these days do it? It's nothing to do with compact. It's nothing to do with playing. We played against Italian teams who are playing 3 at the back, 5 at the back sometimes. Very compact style of football, the old Italian teams. And we used to do it and blow them off the park. Absolutely. That's what we used to do. Football was faster back in the 90s, Matata. Matata, you're proving you have no clue about football, mate. You're the Kabaddi crew again. I'm going to send you to the Kabaddi crew along with the other blocked accounts. You've got to come up with better ball knowledge, mate. Shut up, Matata, man. Shut up. If you fear social media, then go home and just don't bloody watch football. You're a wimp. Did you know what Beckham got after the 1998 World Cup, mate? Do you know what Beckham got? Do you know what Beckham got after the 1998 World Cup? He had mannequins hanging off the walls that they wanted to kill him. He still went and won the treble, didn't he? Don't use that as an excuse. Social media. If you let social media, you guys are weak, man. God, stay stream. La la la. Steve, in fact, Fergie didn't really need to tell players that much during the team talk before the game. He picked the right players and trusted them. Obviously, a half-time talk, absolutely, mate. These days, you almost have to have a one-on-one with players to tell them what to do. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, this game, man. Why are Albania play acting? This is boring, man. Honest to God. Two strikers there. Dion Dublin and Teddy Sheringham just came on the screen. Better than any striker in England right now. Oh, come on, guys. Get a second goal. Let's finish this game up and let's be out of here. Absolutely. Let's be out of here, guys. Steve, what I'd pay now for two subs like Schultzker and Sheringham, bloody hell. I mean, there's not even a player out there even a fraction as good as these players. Not even a fraction as good as these players. You know, people don't understand how good football was. It was, it was a joy. Even international football. Do you remember, Steve, when we used to watch international football when it used to be only on a Wednesday? England used to play on a Wednesday, and it was exciting. It was always exciting. There was football's lost this excitement. It's very robotic now. It's just, you know. Oh, come on, man. Let's get this win. Goodness me. Yes, absolutely. Remember those Wednesday nights, Lo. Is there any of these England players you wish United had? Well, these England players or the England players from the past? Oh, Rashford, man. Close from Kane, almost 2-0. There's not one player on that pitch for England that I would want in Man United's team under Alex Ferguson. And if they did come to Man United, I think they would be on the bench. If it was a squeeze to have one player, probably Bellingham, maybe. But even then, I wouldn't change anything for the world. I wouldn't. things just worked for the way they were, wouldn't it? You know, definitely. If we're talking about the peak Man United, I mean, if we're talking about later on 2010, 2011, 12, there's a few players, but the peak Man United, none of them I don't think we're getting. Doesn't look like there's much creativity in this team. This is the thing. At the moment, they're definitely missing the likes of Saka and Cole Palmer, definitely. Steve, should have done better with that cross. Yeah. Oh man, this is dour. I know it's early days. I know it's Tuchel's first game, but you know what? I was looking forward to an entertaining game today. I was looking forward to an entertaining game, not a game that is boring, to be honest. You know, it's a lot of huff and puff, a lot of puff and puff. Yeah, I don't think anyone likes boring football, Rasta. I think you'd be mad if you love boring football. You know, especially games like this when, you know, there should be goals, you know, and yeah. I mean, it's worse when it's where the time is where I am right now. It is 1:06 a.m. and I'm watching this game. They could have at least made it an entertaining game. But that's international football for you. It's always going to be like that. Steve, don't worry, Sal. Can't see any more grey in the hair since the game started. Oh, you'll be surprised, mate. There's some lurking underneath. Definitely. Definitely some lurking underneath. Right, we've got half an hour, 28 minutes of this game to go. England 1, Albania 0. Albania's in Europe, by the way, for the Americans that have tuned in. Steve, is that from this season watching United? I've had a tough life. You'll be surprised, Steve. I've had a tough one, yeah. There's not that much grey. It's actually the shine in my hair, not actually grey. It's actually the shine. My hair's very shiny. See that? Nothing there, mate. Shiny. That's all. I've got one or two at the front. I think I've got one here and one there. But definitely nothing there, mate. Watching Man United is very stressful. Yeah. It's getting better. I would say it's getting better. It is getting better. Definitely. Guys, what do you make of the JFK situation? Steve, you're doing well. So it's character chat. That what Mother used to say. Absolutely, mate. Mate, you know what we should be, Steve? We should be appreciative that we reached an age where we can sit here and chat about football. You know, we're in a good position, you know, for us to be doing this. We're in a very fortunate position and we're very lucky to be doing this, you know what I mean? And that's what I would say. Many don't get the opportunity. I mean, I worked in a hospital for 5 years, 6 years. And yeah, many don't get the opportunity. It is wisdom at the end of the day. Age is wisdom. Age is good. You know. I hope I'm old before I die. I hope I live to relive. Robbie Williams, remembers that song? Days gone by. I should have definitely had that extra coffee you were talking about, Steve. This is torture, literally. Bit of edge, that's it. Come on. Well played, Skelly. England lacking real pace. I don't think Foden's played very well today. I think he's not played good today. I don't think he plays good on the wing anyway. Come I've seen Maradona play, Rasta. I think many people have seen them play, mate. Age is wisdom, but I used to think that people looked old back in the day when they are our age. Absolutely. I remember the footballers when they were 25. Yeah, because they were proper men, Steve. They're proper men. Yeah, I've seen Maradona play. I haven't seen Pele. Pele was overrated, mate. His stats were lies. Come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Get that ball in the back of the net and just call it a day. Whilst it's 1-0, there's still a chance. Finally, flipping heck. Gordon and Jared Bowen. Oh, for goodness sake, man. So overrated. Honest to God. He's another one. He's just not good. He's crap. Guy, look, you know what, Steve? Like, if Jared Bowen was in the Premier League in the 90s, what would you compare him to? I think even Tony Cottee and people like that are better than Jared Bowen. Honest to God. Why does he always get a cap? He's overrated, Steve. Like, you know, he's just short, stumpy. He's not an international level player. Why does he always get in the squad? It just drives me mad. What's he done for West Ham? What does he deserve to be at West Ham? Rashford's had a stinker, to be fair. He can run a bit, that's it. I know. I don't know why he gets in the England team, honest to God. And then people wonder why, you know, talk about Spain. You know, would Spain have Jared Bowen in their squad? I'd rather have a kid in there. I'd rather have a kid than have Jared Bowen. Honest to God, I would rather have one of those young players than have him. Nwaneri of Arsenal, someone like that. Do you know what I mean? Anyone. I wouldn't want bloody Jared Bowen, man. Honest to God. No, man, lucky probably score now. Get a tap in or something. I don't understand it. I don't understand like this infatuation with certain players, this obsession with certain players. If he's lucky, their water boys are probably more technical than Jared Bowen. All right, guys, we've got 20 minutes to go. It's England 1, Albania 0. No one's running at all, Sal. There's very little energy. It's so boring. It's so boring. Honest to God, like all over the place, really. Here we go. Oh my God, quality's dead. Steve, I know that Kane scores a lot of goals, but there's sometimes he just goes missing and he disappears from the face of the earth, doesn't he? In some games, it's just so dire sometimes. You know, absolutely Eric Dyer. Thank God for that, Steve. Can you imagine some people? There's a chance for Albania. Well tackled there. Well tackled. But that's going to happen. Well tackled from, I think it's Konza, wasn't it? That's going to happen. If you don't get the second goal, there's always going to be a chance. When has Rashford taken on his man? You know, he hasn't once taken those. 3 more subs coming on. At least he's making changes. I mean, but the Jared Bowen thing, I'm not happy with that man. Think United are worse last season, might have done better than this. Absolutely. This is poor. Oh, I mean, goodness me. Good little bit of play there, finally. Little back heel. Carl Walker as well. Carl Walker's done out here. He doesn't run anymore. He can't run anymore. He's finished in the Euros as well. There's so many. We need to look to the future. So corner to England. Yeah, good one. At least Foden coming on. Foden's been rubbish. Rashford's been rubbish. I knew them two would come off. Rubbish. He didn't cover himself in glory, did he, Rashford, today? Gordon coming on. He should have started Gordon. And Jared Nolan. And Rogers is coming on. Flat, isn't it? Yeah, Steve, it's very, very flat. And then when these play actors of Albania keep doing these things, sitting on the floor, wasting more time, injury time, just get up, man. Honestly. Honestly. Oh. They're just wasting time, Steve. They're just going to make me go bed later. That's all I think about, Steve, at the moment. This goalkeeper just needs to get off the pitch. Stop crying. Look, he's fine. Bloody hell. They're going to add about 8 minutes onto injury time. Going to put us through this torture for longer. I mean, England definitely need a second goal, because if they don't get a second goal, then, you know what I mean, Albania can always equalise. One goal is always a dangerous lead, as we know. Plus injury time. After all these injuries. Oh. I think the man of the match has been Skelly. It's a goal, Steve. Yes. Finally, they've wrapped up the game. Signed, sealed, delivered. Absolutely, yes. Big up. Who got the goal? Harry Kane. Who else? He doesn't do anything the whole game, and then he gets a goal. That's what he does. Goodness me, this has been a bore fest, to be honest. Yeah. Can England get a 3-0? Can they get another one just to make it sweet? That was a good goal, to be honest. He took that well, he controlled it well, and he placed it in the corner beautifully. That is a very nice goal, to be fair. Used the defender as a shield to block the goalkeeper, and he bent it in. There you go. Very good finish. Very good. But he hasn't done anything other than that the whole game. So the scores at the moment are Andorra 0, Latvia 1, England 2, Albania 0, Romania 0, Bosnia 1, Poland 1, Lithuania 0, and Malta 0, Finland 1 at the moment. Guys, at the moment it is that. At the moment, the lineups, the timeline, the group, England are top, Latvia second, and England will defeat Latvia on Monday, most likely. Goalkeeper's on the floor again. For goodness sake, this goalkeeper, get him off, man. For goodness sake, get him off. My God. Big up, Steve. Oof. That goalkeeper, just get him off of his orange thing. You know, Tango man. Get him off. Oh, Jordan Henderson's coming on. That's just what we need. If you want to be bored even more, Jordan Henderson's coming on. Just when we thought the boredom couldn't get any worse, Jordan Henderson's coming on. Why didn't he bring on Rogers? Bring on Rogers. Did Rogers come on? He did come on, didn't he? What's the lineup at the moment? Let me have a look. Yeah, Rogers is already on. We've got. I would have bought on Solanke or something. I mean, there is Livramento, Eze, Colwill, Henderson. Henderson coming on. It's a piss take. To be honest with you, come on. Might see Henderson in a minute. Oh my! I mean, it's a piss take. Why are they bringing on Henderson for? Bring a youngster on, mate. Tuchel, man. Come on, we've had enough of Henderson. All has-beens, absolutely. If England want to progress, Steve, we were talking about if England want to play like Spain. If they want to play like Spain, square-footed players like Henderson shouldn't be playing for England anymore. It's finished. The fact that Gibbs wasn't in the squad is scandalous, to be honest with you. I know they won't be in the squad probably next time. You've got the likes of Saka and you've got the likes of Palmer coming back, of course. But this is going to be like 8 minutes injury time, guys. This is going to be painful. This goalkeeper is taking a piss. This goalkeeper needs to just get off that pitch. Nothing's happened to him. Just move him off the pitch. Look at him. Now hurry up, man. Get on the pitch, Tango number 2. Get on. You remember the old Tango advert? And he used to slap you like that. He look at you and they go, that's them with their goalkeeper gloves. All the European players, the Premier League and England still play like this. I know. I think international football's like this, Steve. I think until you get to the World Cup, I think it's just boring. I really do. I think all the teams are like this. I'm looking at the scores over the many other scores. Not many goals going around at the moment. Actually, England has scored the most goals so far of all the teams so far. But England, this is just boring because it's the wrong team. It's the wrong team as well. There's lack of energy. There's lack of intensity in this game. It's like they know they're going to win and that's it. Quality in international football is not high. But you can argue, Steve, all these European footballers in England, where England still went to the final twice and a semi-final. That shows you where international football is. England got to 2 finals. You know? That shows you, isn't it? Whew. Can they get a third? Lewis Skelly, I think, has been my man of the match, if there was one. If the academy players can do well getting into the first teams, maybe gap is not as big as it was. I think England have always had great players, Steve. I'll be honest. They've always had great players. The problem is that they've never had a great team. That's the problem. They've always had the wrong manager. They've always had the wrong team. I mean, I forgive this game because it is Tuchel's first game, and it's difficult. I mean, we know as Man United fans, training and how difficult it is to implement your style. It's going to take time, especially after they've been playing under Gareth Southgate for all these years, 8 years or something like that. Yeah, but let's hope it gets better. England are going to qualify for this World Cup. I can't see any problem with England qualifying for this World Cup. I think they'll qualify. But it's getting to the World Cup. They'll probably get to the latter stages again. United, this is exactly with United, isn't it? It's the same thing. It's you need time with the players, and you need time to put down a marker in regards to your tactics and your formations and stuff like that. It's not easy, but let's not forget. I think two of England's best players are Saka and Palmer. They're not playing today. I would play more young kids. I would get more players in there. Absolutely. Definitely. How long before Aiden Heaven is in the England team? Tell me that. Riddle me this, riddle me that. I don't think it'd be long. Let's not forget also Kobe Mainu. Let's not forget Kobe Mainu. Kobe Mainu's not there. But the youngsters perform so well straight away in the first team. Yeah. That's what you need to do. You have to take a risk. Sometimes you have to change the culture, and we hang on to too many players. We hang on, and we don't pave the way for young players enough, I think. But Kobe Mainu, Saka, Palmer will be first starters in this team. They're starting in this team, definitely. I do think Albania have been incredible. They've made the game incredibly boring. I do think that. They never really went for it. They're a bit cowards, in my opinion. Sorry, Sal. Still not sure about Mainu. Still has a question mark against his name. I think he's better than what this England. When I'm looking at England right now, I think he's better than what they have. To be honest with you, I think, in my opinion, he has a lot of improvement to do. This season, he hasn't been great. I agree. He's a good player, but he needs to concentrate on his football because his first season was brilliant. His first season was brilliant. Collier might be in the England squad one day. You never know. Collier might get there. Yeah, he hasn't been great for United this season for whatever reason, Steve. Hopefully it's not something sinister about like wages and things like that. I hope not, because he's still young. He's only been in the game 1 year. Do you know what I mean? Really, when you think about it, even when he wasn't injured, he wasn't the same player as I saw in his first season. So that's a worry. So hopefully that's just form, hopefully. And he's not down tooling because of wages. I hope so. I don't want to say anything too sinister, but you never know in football these days. The greed and stuff like that, you know. The greed. 1 minute to go plus injury time, guys. So who's coming on? I think Livramento's coming on. I did say 3-0 to England. That was my prediction, wasn't it? That was my prediction. And my prediction was 3-0 to England. That's, you know, one more goal would do it. Oh, 5 minutes. That's not too bad. I thought it was going to be 8 minutes or something like that. This has been one of the most easiest games, I think. I think Albania are really bad. I just think Albania are really bad. And England just fell asleep on the pitch almost. Would have been nice to 5 or 6 and stuff like that, but not to be. Maybe against Latvia on Monday. This doesn't bode well, by the way. I'm doing the Latvia watch-along as well, so that this doesn't bode well at all. Hopefully, it is a much more entertaining game. Gordon looks uncomfortable. You've got to be so intelligent as midfielder. I'm not sure you can cull it, Sal. I've played midfield. You've got always to think ahead and feel reactive. What the biggest problem that we're having these days, Steve, and it is a problem in the new generation, is that they think they've made it too soon before they've made it. No one doubts his talent, but he hasn't fulfilled his talent yet, you know, in my opinion. He's got a lot to prove. Hopefully, he'll be back by the end of the season and he can improve, you know, and he can help us. But when he was playing this season, he hasn't been good. And as a young kid, I would keep him on the bench at the moment until he can prove himself. Because at the moment, he's going to lose his place. You know, if he carries on, he'll lose his place. If he doesn't perform, he'll lose his place, definitely. There's Collier coming through. Of course, we've already got Ugarte there as well. You know, there's players in there. And next season, we'll probably sign another midfielder. At the moment, who knows what's going to happen? If it's true, if the rumors are true and he wants all that wages, then you know what's going to happen, innit? We're going to sell him. That's what's going to happen, you know. And yeah, you can't be greedy too soon, Steve. Alone did well for Ahmed, so I think the same for Mainu. Yeah, I think he's too big for his boots now, Steve. He's got too comfy. He's got his feet under the table now, hasn't he? I think that he's an England international. Got England to the final, of course. Let's just wait and see, eh? Let's just wait and see what happens for the rest of the season. He may contribute heavily in us winning the Europa League. Who knows? You know, you never know. That'd be beautiful. We'll wait and see. I do think, however, there's not many England players like him in that sort of ilk. You know. Oh, good. Oh, goodness me. 1 minute to go, guys. 1 minute. I think it's going to be full time in a minute. Still don't know why he knows his best. Yeah, that's the problem as well. When you don't know your best position, that is a problem. Is he a number 6, a number 8, a number 10, a number 9? Who knows? I think this is going to be it now. You'll be in bed. Absolutely, Steve. I need it. This has bored me to death. At least this is therapy for me to go to sleep. I have to be up early though. But it's nearly 2 in the morning. Full time, guys. Man, England 2, Albania 0. England comfortably win the game 2-0, courtesy of Lewis Skelly and Harry Kane again, guys. A pedestrian performance, professional, boring, however you want to say it. It was a typical German-esque performance, but got the job done, of course, guys, absolutely. Hopefully, that is not a thing, that is not a sign of things to come, hopefully. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. You're absolute legends, especially Steve. Thank you for keeping me company today, my friend. Thank you very much, everyone. I will be back tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn to talk about the only team, which is Man United, of course. That is what it's all about. Have a fabulous, fabulous night, morning, evening, wherever you are. Absolutely. I'm glad you've been on to the site. So big thanks. Thank you, Steve. Glad you joined me. Absolute legend. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate you, bro. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Have a great night, evening. England win. England top the group. Bring on Latvia. Come on. Guys, absolutely. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.